Assalamualaikum. We from Group 4 will present video lab 1 which we will explain about phyla Porifera, Cnidaria and Mollusca. Before that, let's get acquainted with our group members. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurmizana binti Hashim. My metric number is S1972.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syafiqah Alia binti Zainal Abidin. My metric number is S62440.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nusaira binti Nazri. Number metric S63373.
Hi, my name is Nurul Ashikin binti Muhammad Nazri, S62933.
So, let's know the characteristics of each phyla. First, phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera, no body symmetry, are also known as asymmetrical. Besides, this phylum no mouth or anus and may have silica or calcium carbonate based spicule for structural support like sea sponges. Second, phylum Cnidaria. This phylum have radial symmetry and also have a mouth but no anus. It may have tentacles with stingy cell and disabling prey. Example animal for this phylum is jellyfish, sea animals, and coral. And third phylum is Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca have bilateral symmetry and have a separate mouth and anus. Besides, this phylum have body composed of a visceral mass, a muscular foot and mantle. For example, snail, slug, octopi, squid, and bivalve.
Importance of each phyla. For Porifera, firstly, Porifera provide food, shelter, and hiding places for other ocean creatures. Example, sponges crab places sponges on their back to camouflage with their environment. Secondly, sponges form symbiotic relationship with microorganisms such as archaea, bacteria, cyanobacteria, and microalgae. Thirdly, Porifera act as filter feeder that plays an important role to filter out the water. For Cnidaria, they provide food source like some edible species of jellyfish are suitable for human consumption and are used as a source of food and as ingredients in variety dishes. Above all, Cnidaria are also beneficial as a source of economic income. The Cnidaria, like the corals, are making the reef ecosystem beautiful that attract tourists. Furthermore, with the development of biotechnology and the advancement of science technology, Cnidaria are highly used as a new source for synthesizing marine bioactive compounds. For mollusca, some mollusca are a good environmental indicator because their bodies are able to absorb heavy metals and filter the water. Secondly, mollusca are used as a food for human consumption, either eaten raw or cooked. Thirdly, mollusca are a source of income. As example, oyster, as some of it make valuable pearls that used in jewelry, and the shell are also used in making of ornaments.
Okay, for the next slide, use of Porifera. First, they can be used for cleaning an array of surface and have better water retention than that of the artificial sponge. Next, most popular use include car care, household, cleaning, makeup application and removal, skin exfoliant for when bathing and personal care. And the third, when scientists have screened cells from sponge tissues, they found compounds with the potential for an incredible range of medicinal properties, including antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-malaria, anti-tumor, immunosuppressive, and cardiovascular activity. Okay, next, use of Cnidaria. First, Nidarian toxins have already been used for the design of immunotoxin to treat cancer. Second, Nidarians are well renowned for producing bioactive peptides which are used in drug development as they have various biological activities: anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, immunomodulatory, radical scavenging, anti-parasitic activities. And third, Nidaria skeletons are used as building material either in blocks or slags to create cement. Another use for Nidarian skeleton is in jewelry. And for the last is use of mollusca. First, mollusca is a source of important luxury goods, notably pearls, mother of pearl, giant purple dye, and sea silk. Second, their shells have also been used as money in some pre-industrial societies. And the last, they are even used as root bed material and in vitamin supplements.
Example of porifera and its characteristic. First is cycon. Cycon have a body wall consists of outer dermal epithelium and inner flattened epithelium. Skeleton comprise calcareous spicules of monazon, triazon, and tetrazon type. They reproduction by both asexual and sexual. Next is Hyloneema. The skeleton consists of small amphidies extending from all over the surface are small, branching, 5 red spicules. Next is Spongilla. The canal system is Ragon type. Skeleton consists of siliceous spicules in form of networks of smooth or spiny, large and small osseous embedded in the sponging. The reproduction are both, which is sexual and asexual. Next is Euplectella. The skeleton consists of 4 and 6 red siliceous spicules which are interlaced and fused at their tips, forming a 3-dimensional network with parietal gaps. Canal system, simple synconoid, having timber-shaped radial canals. Lastly is Cleona. The skeleton consists of monazon, tylostyles, the canal system, Lucian type, reproduction sexual by early stage free swimming larvae. The larvae settle down on shells, corals, and other calcareous objects, bores them, and form tunnels. Example of Nidaria and its characteristic. First is sea anemone. They have rings of tentacles surrounding their central mouth. The tentacles have specialized stinging cells called nematocysts. The extending tentacles can also be used to catch passing food as it drifts past. Next is jellyfish. They have tetraradial symmetry. They free-swimming marine animals with umbrella-shaped bells and trailing tentacles. The bell can pulsate to provide propulsion for highly efficient locomotion. Next is box jellyfish. They have a square bell and tentacle that attach to the corner of the bell. They also have eyes and they can propel themselves through the water. Next is stalked jellyfish. They do not have an alternation between a polyp and medusa stage. They have a trumpet-shaped body with a stalk and a number of branch or arms with tentacles on the end. Their eggs are spawned and form creeping larvae. Lastly is Siphonophore. They have long and thin, consisting mostly of a clear gelatinous material. They have dark orange or red digestive system that can be seen inside their transparent tissue. They exceedingly fragile and break into many pieces under even the slightest force. Example of mollusks and its characteristic. First is arch shell. They have boat-shaped shells with long, straight hinge lines bearing many small and interlocking teeth. The shells are usually coated with a thick, sometimes hairy periostracum. Next is cockle. The two valves of the shell are equal in size and shape and range in color from brown to red or yellow. They have ribs radiating from the hinge area between the shells. Next is cuttlefish. They have thick internal calcified shell called the cuttlebone. They have somewhat flattened bodies bordered by a pair of narrow fins. The suction discs are located on the arms and on expanded pads at the tips of the tentacles. Next is Opistobranchia. They have two pairs of tentacles and a single gill behind and to the right of the heart. With the lack of a heavily mineralized shell, there has been very little fossil record of the group. Lastly, the apple snail. This aquatic gastropod mollusk with a gill and an operculum. These snails simultaneously have a gill and a lung as functional respiratory structures, which are separated by a division of the mantle cavity.
Thank you, and that's all from us.